So we want to spend our precious time with the team who is interested in building their business. Now, there's a place for everybody in this business. It doesn't matter if you have a family planner that's just interested in you know, doing it for the discount, or if you have somebody who wants to make $300 or $500 a month, or somebody who wants to make $2,000 or $5,000 a month. There's a place for everybody. Love everybody where they're at. But play chess. You know, they make a move, you make a move. We all have limited time. That is one thing that we all have in common. None of us have time to waste. So play ball with the people who want to play it with you, okay? Develop each one of these team members into leaders and NMDs in their own rights. For me, this is the most exciting part of the whole thing, is seeing each and every single one of those girls get up on stage or, you know, have that self-development. Build a wide frontline, never stop sponsoring, okay? Right, today I have 8 frontline SCs all working together and building at the same time. Reach downline in your team, create relationships with the people downline that maybe you didn't, you know, invite into the business, that you hadn't met yet. So how would 8 frontline SCs, who all but one came through the Tower Garden door, impact your Juice Plus business? All of the girls on my team came in through the Tower Garden door, but they all caught the vision, the Juice Plus vision, quickly. They all now share Juice Plus and Tower Garden the same, and they attract new team members. We attract new team members as a whole when we do events together. Sharing both Tower Garden and Juice Plus, not just one, allow them to grow a lot faster than if they were just sharing one. So my advice is, get a Tower Garden, grow a Tower Garden. You're going to open yourself up to a whole new group of people, a whole new market of potential customers and team members. Grow, if it's your first time getting a Tower Garden, grow easy plants, okay? Greens and herbs. Get to know your Tower Garden. Go see and touch your Tower Garden every day. Take a ton of photos, sprouting those little seedlings. Take pictures. Share pictures with people. If you're not on social media, send it in an email. Social media is going to help us grow our businesses that much faster, but you can still grow the traditional way if you're a traditional type person. Invite friends over for wine or garden parties. I love wine. Tonight, I'm really going to love wine. Watch out, team. Here I come. Mama's on vacation. Never, ever, ever show an ugly Tower Garden. Never. We have but 2 seconds to make a first impression with people. And if they come to your house and you got plants that are laying there like this, oh my gosh, I have to share this story. I went to Vancouver once. Okay, I'm from Kelowna, which is the interior of BC. And we went to, so I was a new distributor, and I was growing my business, so I was doing, like, I still am doing everything, but I was really, really doing everything. So I had a new distributor on the coast in Vancouver, and I said, yeah, I'll come down and we'll do a presentation. We'll get a whole bunch of people in the room. Show up. Oh, and I had found somebody who had a Tower Garden, who was growing a Tower Garden on the coast, and I said, I'm going to come down to do this presentation. Can you have this Tower Garden at the presentation so that we can, you know, show it? And I show up there, and there's like 3 guests in the room, 2 of which came with me. And the Tower Garden had, it was the you know, the normal size model, but it had plants in it that were this big, and they weren't standing straight up and down. They were like this, over the side of the Tower Garden, all hanging down. And I could not believe it. And I didn't want to insult this guy, so I just did the presentation with the Tower. But anyways, it's just never, never, never show an ugly Tower Garden. If you got to take plants out of your tower, put new seedlings in, or just keep the you know, blank, do that. The other piece of advice I have for Tower Garden growing specifically, and this is my little tip or trick, and this has made a huge difference to some of my team as well, is think of plants on your Tower Garden as, you know, a lot of people have this urge when they get a Tower Garden growing that they want to, they see this little, beautiful little, leaf sprout up, and it's this little lettuce seedling, and they say, oh, this baby lettuce, I want to eat it. So you start plucking off baby lettuce leaves, and you're eating away at this baby tower garden. Your tower garden is never it doesn't have a hope in heck to grow into this big, gorgeous garden. If you want a big, gorgeous garden like the one I showed at the beginning, think of each leaf as like a solar panel. The bigger you let that leaf grow, it takes in the sunlight, it starts growing exponentially, and before you know it, you've covered up all the white on that tower garden. It looks like this beautiful, lush jungle. And when you're picking leaves from it, you'll never be able to see where you've just harvested from because you're going to harvest all the way around. It'll always stay looking big and gorgeous. And remember, it will grow exponentially. So that's a big takeaway for today. I hope that you, well, if you didn't know that, you know that now. So get creative with your events as well. The girls earlier did an amazing job sharing the creativity, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Buy an extra tower garden. This was a huge one. I did this in the beginning. We bought one tower garden. We bought 3 more 3 weeks later. It was a no-brainer. The payment plan was a total no-brainer. And so it allowed us to buy 4. So I used one, grew with one, set up the other 2 to grow with, and I used the other one, and I put it in the public eye. We put it in a place called 30-Minute Hit in Canada, in our town, and it's a women's kickboxing studio, so we'd put it in there on the floor. We got so many customers from that, and eventually they became, they bought Tower Garden, became distributor, and it was just a loaner. We just put it on the floor for their guests and ladies coming in to check out. You will get Tower Garden sales if you do that, okay? But if you don't come knocking on my door. This is one thing I touched on the beginning when I first came out. This is part of the reason why I grew so quickly is because, when you're sitting talking with a person who comes in through the Tower Garden door, you can say, okay, for $50 gets you a membership. And what's going to happen is when you put your Tower Garden in your home or wherever it is, people are going to come over. It's an amazing talking point. They're going to ask you where you got that. And you can either say, send them to me, which is perfectly great, makes me happy, awesome, wonderful, or you can give them your website. So for $50, you get a membership, and you're going to get $59 or $55 in the US, $59 in Canada, back on the purchase of your Tower Garden. So you pay $50, you're actually $5 or $9 up, right? So keep it simple. Plus, you've just become a DD, direct distributor, which also entitles you to an additional 6% on all future purchases. You know what people say to me? Well, why not? Use that leaving here today. You're going to have distributors coming out of your